you know.
Sure. Okay, we're live today. It's me and Thomas. Yay!
Hey,
Long time.
hello everybody. I'm back. The man
Yes,
behind the
Thomas is
man.
back for a
Yeah.
little while,
It's like
unfortunately.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. And in one of the
Yeah.
movies he says I'm back, so I'm back, whatever.
Okay. Right. So what we'll be doing, various things. Probably looking at pull requests. Yeah. There are a couple of ones. Like Marion's currently in charge of the Scrum Index page right now. I think she's still working on it. It's been a very long time, so I'm a little bit worried about this one.
Mm.
Because it used to be Marcelo who was leading this, and then he got a job, and he had no time, so Marion took over. Yeah, so
Okay.
I
So, and the
don't.
basic idea is that we will uh, show all the recordings for previous scrums, or are these upcoming scrums, or what's up with that one?
Yeah, so I think that's the basic idea. I haven't been keeping a close watch on this, but the idea is to have an index page which can show all the previous scrums, all the past recorded scrums, because right now you can't actually look for any of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great,
so
great. Okay.
that's an exciting feature if you know.
Mm. And
I'm trying
is
to
this
think.
is this one marked like work in progress, or is this
I
a pull request actually?
I think this is still work in progress. Um, I've been pinging Marian, but she hasn't responded with a clear answer yet, so I'm not
Mhm.
sure if it's ready. Uh, but
Okay.
it is a big one, so I don't want to look over it too early because
Mm.
yeah. What else? These two work in progress. I think John started, but again, John got a job and they're all busy now.
Yeah.
And yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to continue these two.
Okay.
Um,
I
so I'm
saw
not
I saw some discussion about time zones in the events show page redesign. That is, yeah, the one on top.
the one on top. Okay. This is relatively new. I think it just came in yesterday.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just thinking. I know that he's been doing some JS scripts. I went over this pull request, and it looks interesting.
okay.
But I'm thinking, is the work that John could have done about displaying the local each user's local time zone, could this be like overlapping some of the stuff this guy is doing in the event
Uh,
show page, or
yeah,
because I
that's
think what he wants to do is to show off both the UTC and local time, uh,
mhm.
time. um,
Right.
is there a story in Pivotal Track around this one? Because
This one, I don't think so. I haven't looked at it yet because this one just came in,
mm, mm,
and I haven't had a chance to look at it. So it doesn't look
okay.
like there's a story. I don't
Yeah.
think there was a story for this.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Well,
have to.
we can return to that later,
Yeah.
perhaps. But yeah.
Right. The one I want to go through is this one, getting started. So Yarrow actually, um, they're trying to introduce the getting started page back into the nav bar because apparently lots of the students are confused over how to get involved. So I'm not against that.
I'm for it as well. I think it's
Yeah,
a good idea.
it is a good idea. But the content itself,
Yeah,
if
I mean, we're
yeah,
talking about a huge amount of text here,
yes,
so this is way off track, I think.
10 steps, which is my one of my biggest worry about this. This is and up here, there's a lot of content that can actually be moved to the About Us page.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this is just too large, but I didn't have the time to uh, have a thorough discussion with
Yeah,
about the
I agree.
content.
Content-wise, it's too much. It's a little redundant. It could be in the about page. And also,
Exactly.
I just glanced over the code, and he made some he made some changes to the nav bar layout.
Yeah.
I mean that's way out of scope for this pull request. So
Uh-huh. I can
you
see
know,
that.
again, stay in scope. Um,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
So he got rid of my lovely logo. That was his solution. This one caused a lot of problems because he was trying to fit an additional link in there and
Yeah.
just so many issues with responsiveness.
Yeah.
And
I can agree with what he's done, but
mhm,
it's not, again, we need to keep the pull requests fresh and
yeah.
clean and on target.
Mhm.
And some of the changes he incorporated here should be in a separate pull request and talked about and stuff and also tested, so.
Yeah, I agree. For right now, he's already done it, and I don't really like the link here,
No.
colored link, but apparently it's been voted for in the Scrum. I
Yeah,
wasn't there, but yeah,
that's
they,
another issue we need to
yeah,
discuss. They say that. I mean,
I know. Like,
understandably, you with you working and stuff, you can't be in every on every scrum, but that leaves a lot of people with autonomy
yeah,
to make decisions, and some decisions should be, you know, uh, I mean, they need to be discussed in a broader audience,
yeah,
this seems to be a small decision to
hmm
have a link on the landing page, but it is a big decision actually. It's ugly, it's not functional, we shouldn't have it there at all. And if the
I
guys,
agree. I completely agree because this is
yeah,
exactly the same link as this.
yeah,
This is completely redundant and just confusing.
yeah,
And
uh,
yeah, I think the problem is even though it is voted in the Scrum, it's not. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just perhaps they didn't get a wide enough, uh, not
all the
many
inputs
point
weren't
of
there. Yeah,
views.
yeah.
They
So
were all, I think, thinking the same way. Just like the Getting Started article. Sam was happy with it, but I know Sam wrote some other articles which I'm not
yeah,
very happy about either,
yeah.
to be honest. I confess, but yeah. So maybe he would be happy with this, but
And also,
obviously I'm not.
we had this story in Pivotal way before I left, and I think I spoke to Sam about this, and I left it on him that we were supposed to prepare 4 texts that were supposed to be linked to with the round banners,
Yeah,
Uh,
you did. Sam hasn't
yeah,
actually
and that
done it
was kind of
yet.
that was kind of a little bit of getting started
Yeah,
sense, this is what we do, and I know there's this big discussion on the website one forum here, other projects about missions and
oh yeah,
statements and stuff
that
like that.
thing. I haven't
Yeah,
had a look at it yet, but I need to at some
it's a
point.
huge document, and
It
it's
is, I know.
but a lot of this stuff has been dealt with before, and then I don't know if it's a lack of enthusiasm on Sam's part, but he shouldn't have he should have done it a while back. Some of this.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. And actually, this whole introducing getting started page was part of another story which I introduced long ago, but nobody seemed to have taken it up. And then now it's come back in a form of a different story.
Uh,
Yeah, and so it's quite annoying and it's a bit disorganized
yeah,
that people are just introducing stories which
yeah,
already exist
yeah.
and then taking the initiative. So, what is Yaro's story? Let me find it. So this one is his story that he introduced some week ago. Once it loads up,
Uh,
yeah, getting started link on landing page and a welcoming email. That is quite similar to what I put down long ago, which is introduce new static page
yeah,
content and also
yeah.
update existing static page content, which also includes your possibly includes your get around banner stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pages to read. Yeah. So let's keep it real. I mean, we yeah. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, it's a redundant story. It's a on that level, it shouldn't have been voted on to start with. It shouldn't be started or anything.
Yeah, I think.
That's one thing. And the second thing that I'm against is that the pull request isn't clean enough for me. It's he introduces too many code changes that are out
Yeah,
of scope, I think.
the CSS thing.
Yeah, a
No.
lot of changes that are
Yeah.
very strange. And also he kind of reuses, what is this? Well, this file that you're looking at right now.
Which one? Down here.
Second. The big one, yeah, with all the content. What?
Yeah, the getting started HTML.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that. Maybe we should be starting to use those files because it's very hard to keep in sync with all the if you keep changing it in production.
Mm-hmm.
You create a new static page and then somehow when you start a new like local development instance for new users, then they keep getting application error because they're missing static page or something.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to make it a bit more streamlined by reusing these and I just adding migration. So that's what I told Yarrow to do.
Okay. All right.
Migration
Cool.
here.
Cool.
Yeah.
No problems. All right, I
Yeah.
understand the thinking behind that. So, yeah. So getting started.
I'm okay with like what the approach he's using. Are you fine with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, and I you know, I don't know. I haven't tested the navigations, the responsiveness of Navbar fully. I tried to log in through my iPad, and I get mixed results. It depends on what orientation I use. Landscape or horizontal. But I'm not very happy about that yet.
Yeah. I think we'll need to have a proper look at the responsiveness of the entire site someday.
Yeah.
But that's well beyond the scope. I just don't want to introduce bugs because before he actually had responsiveness bugs. Like there's a visual artifacts when you actually minimize the screen. Now it's actually better. It's not perfect, but it will do for the time being.
Yeah.
This whole link here, I don't know.
Yeah, the link's got to go. I think. I mean, before we merge this in, I think the link needs to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's my strong opinion. I think it's just clean, actually. Plain. It doesn't look good at all. And again, pair programming, for God's sake. I don't see. All the commits are made by Yarrow. There is no pairing on this, and I haven't seen any record. I went through his video portfolio, and there's no recordings of these his recent pull requests. So
yeah, but he seems to be pairing with the new users. At least they seem to be, well, at least when I spoke with some of them, they seem to have paired with Yarrow a couple of times. So that should be okay, except he's still doing much of some of the PRs alone. But at least it's an improvement.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how they're pairing. Maybe they're just not doing Pong, because lots of these pull requests are just by a single user. Single commits. Yeah.
I mean, there's not they can't be doing any ping ponging or anything, because if you look at Nikita's pull requests, they are also one-man show, most of them.
Looks like it. But they seem to have discussed a lot of things. I don't actually. That's the problem. I just can't be there when they're actually doing this stuff, so I don't know what's going on. And just judging, just looking at the commit count, the commits isn't always the best indication, because maybe they're just one person's driving and one person's taking the back seat. And that's all.
Yeah,
it could be. But
it could
I know
be,
they've been pairing.
But you usually, how it, usually, yeah, okay. No problem.
That's the problem. I just need. That's why I hope you'll be back soon, because I need somebody out there actually have the time to be there and know what's happening. I can't make judgments like this. Yeah, that's the issue.
Well, let's yeah. Okay.
I think I'll just let it slide for a little while longer. Let's see. What else should we look at? There's Nikita's been doing a bunch of refactoring stuff. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, this one still can't be merged.
I saw you guys had a rebase merge discussion again.
Yeah. I mean, what's your personal opinion? I don't mind either way, merge is fine,
Yeah, yeah.
rebasing is fine. Because at work I use.
One of the documents that he deleted on the wiki actually stated the preferred method that we teach new guys. Merging
Yeah.
is fairly straightforward. It's like a automated.
Hmm.
In your own mind, in your own workflow, before you start working on your code, you just pull in the latest from
Exactly.
upstream, and before you go to sleep, you pull up to your own GitHub repository.
Mhm.
It's just it's work discipline, work ethics in and we had we had guidelines for that. The
Mhm.
guidelines are gone right now. Uh,
Yeah. That's a funny thing. Yaro keeps complaining that there's no guidelines when he's talked to me,
uh,
and he turned out he deleted a bunch of them. So I'm gonna
mm,
have a good long chat with him about that.
do that, please.
Yeah.
Please, and tell
This
him
is
that
very.
you can
Yeah.
tell him that I've noticed and that I'm not very happy about it because,
Yeah.
uh,
I'm not happy about this either.
yeah,
He shouldn't be deleting pages off the wiki without my permission. And
yeah,
he's been doing stuff on Pivotal as well, which is kind
yeah,
of annoying. Like he's been accepting his own stories, which I
yeah.
find very.
Oh, no, 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 no. It's a no. It's a no go.
Yeah. What's the point in Pivotal if you accept your own stories? Really, this is supposed to be a collaboration tool, whereas there are different roles and people actually press. The people who have different roles have to press the button, and if he
Yeah,
just keeps doing it, that's
yeah.
not good.
But I
Yeah.
mean, we had this discussion, a long time ago, when we had some communication issues with him before,
Hmm.
and some of the stuff he actually stopped doing, and I feel that after I left, he came back and he just keeps pushing the boundaries, and with you being the new project lead, I think I get a feeling, I don't know, hopefully I'm mistaken, but I get a feeling that he's just testing boundaries and see what he can get away with, and I don't like it at all, actually. So I'm gonna have a chat with him when I come back as well. Just to make sure
Yeah.
that we're on the same page here. Uh,
Right.
any way you look at it, I see you as the owner of this project. So he needs to get it, get his act together and get in line, and do whatever everybody else is doing. So
Yeah. I think he's really pushing for lots of things to happen, and yeah, really testing the limits.
but
And he's.
I don't see many things happening. I see lots of texts and a lot of a mass of language being produced, and you saw fancy diagrams. But in terms of code and stuff, I see a lot of refactoring, and is him having opinions about how things could be done better. But in terms of working software and new solutions that adds value to the end product being the site, I don't see much, and
Mhm.
again, I know that he's very proud about the Discuss implementation, and we can have different opinions about that, but if I have been at the steering wheel,
Mhm.
this would never been accepted or integrated into the
Yeah.
system. It's
Yeah,
it's a
that's another
bullshit, it's a
thing.
bullshit solution. It's on many levels. So
Sure. Another thing I want to discuss is Sam has been pushing for all these features about improving the Hangouts
yeah,
experience. Have you seen all that? Like some of the features that Yara been introducing is just improving this page. Click to restart Hangout, edit Hangout link manually. What else? Yeah, that story in here. How about this link thing is all about something to do with improving the Hangouts. Oh no, wait,
yeah.
not that one. I think there was another story, something about pointing to the live Hangout, and
Yeah, so
yeah,
so
just lots of things.
the link itself on the landing page, if you go to the landing page again,
Here. Yeah,
yeah,
well, this is to getting
yeah,
started.
the seeded event should point to the Hangout. That link should point to the live Hangout instead of the instance,
Hmm.
from the database. But I understand that, and I think that's a priority that we should improve that experience for any user of the site. But the thing is that I feel, being away for 2 months and coming back to the site, I don't recognize myself, and I get this new user feeling, and I'm getting a little confused about what is what. If I'm logged in and I go to on the main site, if I go to America's Scrum Empire Hookup, and I see, edit, an edit button, I click the restart the Hangout button and edit Hangout link manually, it feels a little too much. It feels like I don't know what's what, and I think a new user can get easily confused. So in terms of user experience, I don't think we have made any progress. In terms of functionality, perhaps yes, but I think that the added functionality has made everything so complex. So new users will find it hard to understand and hard to use.
Right.
I don't know if you agree with me, but that's my feeling.
Yeah, well, I'm not a new user, so I can't really tell, but I agree. This page is completely unhelpful, which really needs some serious thought when we look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even now, if you're logged in now and you go to that event, you see here, click the join Hangout button. You have
I think, what we need is
a lot of buttons and then links,
But they don't tell anything. I think what we need is longer descriptions, at least, for them. I wonder if I can do that. Yeah, you can do that. So we need to, at some point, come and have a look at these descriptions, maybe. That would be more helpful than introducing more buttons. Updated 7 hours ago. Okay. Yeah.
I see that you implemented the karma points, but we're not using them yet.
Yeah, we're not really using them yet. I have implemented the titles as well. There you go.
Yeah, I see. I'm co-founder. Oh wow.
Congratulations! Now you're officially co-founder.
That's right. That sounds great. Yeah. But if you scroll down to the bottom, to the very bottom, I see we have 400 members. I did a count, but there's I tried to run the geocode job in the background, but I can't seem to be geocoded everybody, and that's
a bit weird.
Yeah, but for instance, I have this Salem Motasem. That's okay. That's him. But Germany, Berlin. Yeah. Have you done the geocoding manually?
I did it sometimes, but I keep forgetting. Sorry about that.
No problems. No problem. Do you think we could do it now? Because perhaps I've done something wrong and I don't remember how it's done.
To be honest, I probably don't remember how it's done either. But let's try that. Oops. I just like doing it this way now. Using apps rather than remote. Personal preference. Okay. So what was the way to geocode them all again?
Well, I think it's... Oh, hold on. Why? Oh. I did it. Let me see. I did like user, .all.each, to iterate through all users, and then I, assigned a name to each user, and it just called the geocode method. So. Okay.
Did you save them after that?
I forgot to save, and that's why. Yeah. Now you just. Yeah, of course. I didn't save them. So that's the problem. That's why it didn't work for me.
Okay, so I'm going to do it now.
Wow. But, I've been away for a long time.
Yeah. I completely understand.
And as soon as you asked me, I recognized that was my mistake. So I'm hanging in there, but, not quite.
Don't worry. In 3 more weeks, you'll have your chance.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'll leave that running for a while. 400 users, huh? That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. So what else do we have there? I think that article vote. Let's see. I think that.
Article vote. Oh yes, this one. This one's been there for a while. Is it Christian who was?
Yeah,
Ah, okay. Is he around?
I think so.
I remember he went for a holiday and we decided not to.
He chatted with me on Slack just a few hours ago, an hour ago. At 4:15 p.m. he said that I need to pop out to do some shopping and be back in an hour.
Okay.
So I just posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So do I have to go at channel if I wanna?
Nah, don't do that channel. I think that channel sends email notifications to people, so we want to avoid that.
Oh, because the Slack
I
bot is
think.
doing that all the time.
Yeah. Is it? Oh.
Yeah. Sam Joseph did
Okay.
that channel, so let's do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just do channel. Because I remember somebody was complaining about receiving emails when you do a certain like type of mention.
Yeah, I got
Right.
it. Yeah.
It's a bit weird that Slackbot didn't pick up this PP. I thought it would be automatic because it seems like pairing notifications, all these are actually happening. Either after login, but I did start one. I did put it on air. Or wait, do I need to do this? Because Yarrow has this weird. He's installed a website one connection service. So he created this little side project that looks ugly as hell, but whatever. I haven't used it yet myself. I thought it would post the pairing notification automatically. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Fine. I guess I just don't know how to work it or something.
Never mind.
Their button is supposed to appear.
But that
anyway.
article vote, that could be interesting to have a look at if Christian will join us. I also noticed that on the projects page, if you click let's see, if we open a document on website 1, for instance.
Okay.
Yeah, for instance, if I go to website 1 on current project, I have a status active created 6 months ago by Thomas Hoffman on the, on the project itself, right? I see that I don't know if that's my browser, but I see that the icons in the buttons are a little off. They are not centered.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably mine.
But
my bad.
If we go to the articles, for instance, I see on articles it says updated 9 days ago by Yarrow, for instance, but it doesn't say when it's created. It only says when it's updated. Why is that?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because it says, on the tab view, it says articles created by Thomas Hoffman six months ago. But when you click on that, he only displays updated 9 days ago. So perhaps we should address that,
Yeah, so the revisions doesn't include the created, right? That's fine. I think that's probably how it was done. This one has no revision. That's a shame.
But I don't see any revisions at all right now on the documents, and
Some documents will have revisions, some won't. Wait, this one has created. So this revision has created. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, but on the top, you see on the top, just underneath the icons, it says updated 9 days ago, by Yarrow.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should remove this, completely, because we have revisions down there,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just thinking,
Right. I don't think that's a big issue now. We can definitely work on that.
It's not. The only thing is that it's not consistent, because on articles we have we keep the who created them. If even though if somebody has been editing the
Yeah. So last updated this time ago, created by this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should be consistent. That's my only issue in this one.
Okay.
It's a small issue, but I just noticed.
No, that's a good observation. Yes. Yes, we should.
What
Yeah.
else do we have in terms of pull requests? We have 13. First cut at using Vagrant for development.
Oh yeah. Looks like David's been looking at introducing Vagrant into website 1. What's your personal opinion on that? I'm not sure about Vagrant. I haven't looked at it yet myself.
I have no opinion whatsoever on this one because Vagrant came up on the table just the week before I left, and I understand the thinking behind it, and I need to sit down with somebody that is pro. I need to hear some pros and cons, how it can help us in Website 1 project, but. I know that Sam was keen on Vagrant, so I guess it must be something positive with it.
The main advantage of using Vagrant is it's easier to set up for new users, and because it's a whole virtual machine, you don't have to worry about things like cross-platform problems. If somebody happens to be using Windows or who knows what else. As long as they can have a virtual machine to run the project, they can easily get themselves set up without issues. Yeah. I tried to offset this with introducing a setup script, which I wrote, and seems to be working. I'm not sure what else that Vagrant can bring to the table. He just imported it from local support and I think modified the scripts. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think.
I mean, you can merge this in. It doesn't really matter if it's because it doesn't change anything to the.
No, it doesn't.
To the application, so yeah.
I want to have a closer look at what is actually happening in here, but yeah, you're right. It won't introduce any changes to the application. If people like Vagrant, they can keep it there.
Yeah. It gives people some choice at least.
Yeah. Exactly.
This could at least this doesn't even have to be merged into the code base. We could have if somebody could keep their hands off the wiki, we could have a wiki document with all this attached to it, cut and paste, and just use it basically, right? Just to set up a file and run it locally. So, but by merging this in, you give people a choice, whatever they want to use. So I would say go for it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely spend some time looking at that. Yeah. What else do you want?
Factor document view specs.
This one. I think it's all right. There is a story apparently.
Let's just have a quick look at the story.
Yeah, it's just various refactorings. So it seems like Yarrow has introduced this chore, refactoring, which I'm okay about because to be honest, we need to refactor the entire project. So splitting up into smaller refactorings is fine by me. I'm happier if it's smaller. Sure. What do you think?
I'm okay with that. No problem.
Yeah,
even though I think I always feel that adding value to the end product is the main priority. Adding new functionality.
I think but I think refactoring does also add value because we want what a website 1 is supposed to be like a way to introduce new people into the world of Rails development, and if we have a terrible code base, it doesn't really help them at all.
Absolutely.
It's dealing
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, horrendous legacy code. So that's why I'm happy with this one. I think I was gonna merge this in, except that it cannot be merged at the moment. Yeah. So it's okay. It's just refactoring. There's no actual changes. other than changing how the inconsistent use of stubs and things. So now I'm trying to advocate for the use of factory girl.build stub.
Mhm.
That's a good alternative to anything else.
We have
Yeah, most
Christian
of them
with us
was.
as well. I just want to make.
Oh, okay. Hello, Christian. Sorry, I completely didn't realize you joined us.
Oh, I
Welcome.
only just got in. I got back and I saw the link, so I tried to join you.
Cool. We will
Yeah.
be getting to your pull request in a short moment, Christian. So
Yeah, don't worry. It's
all
good
right,
for me to
all right,
catch up. Too.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
were saying. Okay.
yeah, just updating some of the syntax because RSpec tree has deprecated some syntaxes like view stubbing or something dot should has actually been deprecated, so it's now supposed to be wrapped around with allow or expect to
Okay.
do something. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all for the move to the new RSpec tree syntax.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right. All right.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. So I don't have a lot of problems with this pull request. I'll probably merge this in
Mm-hmm.
once he sorts out a couple more issues. Right.
Password reset. What? No, add event. What's the
Oh,
add
this
event?
one is a very small change, I think. This is one of Raphael's own work. He's just doing a small refactor in there. It is very small, and I
Uh-huh.
think I like his new approach better. So I'm happy to merge it in once he rebases or merge whatever he likes to do.
Okay. Oh, and what? Oh, okay. Okay. I was just curious because I think I wrote some of that. Oh, did I?
Not quite. This is something that Raphael did.
Unless it can be
Maybe this one. I don't know.
before end time, a certain time in future. Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
that's
Small change.
okay.
I'll be happy to merge that in once he um, updates or rebases.
Yeah.
Password reset. I think this was originally somebody took up the story but didn't finish it. I can't remember who. So somebody took over. I haven't actually looked at his pull request yet.
Okay.
So I don't know much about it. But he seems to be introducing letter opener, which is fine, I guess. It is a good way to avoid problems with because letter opener is like a way to test emails, sending emails without actually sending a real email. Letter
Okay.
opener renders the email on your browser. It just creates a new tab and allows you to view all the emails you have in the application, which is kind of
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
It's a neat gem.
There's a lot of comments on this in this pull request made by Yarrow.
Yeah,
So
looks.
Yarrow read
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been trying to encourage people to have a look at pull requests and make comments. It seems that right now only Yarrow is doing it. I'm trying to get Marion to do it as well. It'll be nice to have a couple more eyes on it. Sampriti does it now and then as well.
Okay.
John used to do it before he got a job. Darn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully I can get some of the new members to have a look at pull requests as well, because I think having a look at pull requests is a good way to learn about what's happening in the website as well.
It's yeah, I think it's great, and I think we should encourage even more discussion. What I've been being away for a while, when you read some of the comments made by certain people, you just there is not much discussion. There's like telling for instance Sampriti what to do and what not to do, and for me it's always a balance. It's the way how you express certain things.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yes, I think it's down to an individual how they use this system.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having more people talking about it, it's better.
Absolutely.
Do you want to continue looking at pull requests?
I was
Or
thinking about what's up with this YouTube refactoring pull request
yeah,
by Pretty, because it was a huge one and
it
sparked a
is a
lot of
huge one.
comments.
Yeah, I think he was just refactoring how the YouTube was structured, because personally I wasn't happy with the way Yarrow initially implemented it. It's a lot cleaner now. I can't remember. I forgot to come back to this pull request, but I wanted to merge it in at some point.
Yeah, I know. I spoke to Sampriti about it, and he told me that he got some a part of the feedback he got on this one was that it was too large, and he had to split it up a little bit, or
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. It's right now. I think he's got it to as small as it can be, but it is still quite a large pull request,
Yeah.
because it did involve refactoring one entire module. So I can't blame him for that. So it took me a while to go through everything, see what's happening.
But is the code structure cleaner now, and
It is a lot cleaner at least than before, because last time there was Yarrow just added the module in the same file as the user helper, which I really hated. And now it's been split to its own file. It's got its own set of tests, and it looks cleaner. So
okay.
yeah.
And he got a good point on it on all our tools like coveralls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so. Where's the coverall score? I think there was something.
It's been
93%. Plus, yeah, it's been a while, so yeah.
He's back in school now, Sampriti, right?
Yeah, he is. So that's why he's been busy.
Yeah. So if I would go with, I'd love to merge that in. Actually, I went over as much as I could. Went over that pull request, and it looks fine to me. So.
Yeah, I think I've looked at it quite enough, and he made one last change, which I was waiting for a while. So as long as oh no, I hate doubles. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I really hate doubles now.
Let's make a comment about it. He makes that change.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come back to this. I don't wanna waste time commenting.
Yeah, Yarrow commented on that double.
Yeah, so. Double. Yeah, I've learned to hate doubles and mocks right now, so I'm trying to encourage people not to use them, and wherever they see it, just replace it with Factory Girl.
Okay, so the doctrine is now to go with Factory Girl, because I remember there was a time where we said that Factory Girl was not the way to go.
There is actually there is a way to use Factory Girl so that we can avoid that much hit in performance if people care about it. It's just that using stubs and models, I found out, is very bad, because even if you change the model, the stubs will stay the same. The test will pass because it doesn't catch the changes, and things still break. Yeah, that is why I've learned to hate stubs and mocks.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but Factory Girl is smart now.
This could, of course, be caught with a more extensive testing, like with a model.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I understand your position here. So
yeah,
no problems.
The extensive testing will mean a greater overhead in how to manage all the tests. So I find just using Factory Girl, it's easier, and there is a way to avoid touching the database with Factory Girl now. So I think it is the best option, simplest option, and less overhead in terms of maintaining model specs and whatever. Cool.
All right.
And
how about this model refactoring and model tests? 438.
Yeah, I think this is one bit that I'm pretty split off. I haven't looked at this one myself yet. There's so many others that I've been looking at. So this one I haven't looked at properly yet. Have you, Thomas?
No,
what's your opinion on it?
I didn't look at this code at all, actually. I just want to ask you about that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, so
Okay, let's have a look at this if you still have time.
Yeah, I still have time.
Christian's pull request with the article votes. Perhaps we can
Okay.
move
Yeah.
forward with that one.
Right. So, Christine, you're back from your holiday, I see.
I am, yes. I couldn't catch up last week because I had some work to catch up.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
So, yeah, back online now. So I've got some comments, obviously, and we need to go through this code.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, you start.
Is there anything in particular you wanted to discuss about the comments?
Well, it was interesting what you were just saying about mocks and stubs, because I am using that in this. So maybe that's something to clean up and get rid of.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we merge in. Also, I thought when I was writing the end bit that, oh, there's so many, and it was also a comment which came out when I was working with John, that a lot of the tests were actually cucumber tests rather than RSpec. But I suppose the reason was I felt I was testing the behaviour rather than the article vote gem itself,
right.
which was sort of, if a person is logged in, is there a link and stuff like that. Maybe I pitched it slightly. I don't know. I'm open for critique and comment. It's really the first bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I've actually looked at this pull request. So, do you want to maybe point us in the areas that you thought was problematic, or that John think needed some attention?
I can say that I reviewed the feature file. So on the Cucumber side, I think the testing is very well structured and written. So you test it from different angles. So it looks good to me. In terms of, I haven't had the chance to have a look at it from the RSpec side of the thing. But I don't know. You have certain specs for this, but it doesn't seem to be so extensive testing done with RSpec.
No, I'd agree. I think that's, if there is a flaw in this, then maybe that's the flaw. I'm just trying to get my GitHub up so I can share my screen and everything.
I have a question about this migration. What is this statement doing here? The one that I've highlighted.
Let me get there.
It seems odd that you're checking the active record version for adding indexes, because it looks like indexes are being added here anyway.
Is this like scaffolded code from someplace, or?
It must be. I don't remember actually writing that. Maybe version less than 4.
Maybe it is scaffolding. If you hadn't written it yourself, it could be scaffolded code. It is odd that this is being done this way.
Perhaps this is some sort of example code from the makers of the gem. Could that be it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. They did make something. They did make a change, and I upgraded. So I'm wondering if this was brought in then. Is there a date on that commit? Oh, that's done right at the beginning. But Christ, I can't really remember.
Okay. Might be a scaffolded change.
I mean, I would not have checked the version number and have written this.
Well, if it was done by the gem itself, then it looks a bit odd. But if it has worked for them, I won't contest. They might know something. I don't.
I can have a look and investigate that and come back to you.
Is the acts as votable gem, or?
I believe so. Yeah, access
Yeah.
multiple.
Okay, because he generates a migration, so this could be generated by the.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the
Yeah.
at the documentation, and you generate a migration when you're going to use this gem. So perhaps this is also generated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have checked that version number. I know I didn't write that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I can see lots of cucumber testing happening.
Is this gem making any changes to the article object, or
No.
he just creates a table and counts the all the up and down votes
Yes.
for each article,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And it keeps track as well as who the user is who's voting. So it protects against the same user voting twice.
Okay.
So I mean that's the sort of aspect test I didn't put in because I thought, well, it's there. It's not really up to me to add. Just to burden add more aspects for the sake of it. Really, I didn't think it
Right.
would do anything.
This test feels a bit redundant because you're going through the same steps that you did up here. Maybe you could just merge this then statement with the one above. Just reuse them. Given I'm not logged in and I am on a show page for article Ruby is on fire, then I should not see link upvote. You do the exact same thing down here, and then I should not see link downvote. Perhaps you can just put those two together.
Yeah, make an and
Yeah.
and not see the downvote. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was just being a bit because I was splitting it up, and I knew I was going to do an upvote.
Yeah. By the way, you were discussing this with John Mohaber, right?
Yes.
Not John. Yeah. There's another John in. By the way, Thomas. John Engelbert.
Yeah, Engelbert. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was the American.
Yeah. I know. I was just telling Thomas because I think he might not have known who the other John was.
Okay. One part. Am I showing my screen correctly at the moment?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing your face.
Oh. Okay. Very good. Let's try that one.
Okay. Now I see your screen.
One place I was a little bit uncertain about, and that was when I was starting the tests and setting things up. As you said earlier about the code in website 1, I think I probably just copied a little bit of code from somewhere, and it wasn't probably very good. So I've made it worse, really, by doing that. But I also had a particular thing here. I'm just trying to remember where I'd be. Oh God, 3 weeks and you forget everything. Where am I going? I want to go down to the cucumber tests. Okay, spec. Where would my cucumber tests be in this tree? Please help me out.
Cucumber test. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking. It wouldn't be in here. It would be in the features file from the root directory.
Oh yes, yeah.
There it is.
Have I missed it? Article. Why can I not read that? No, that's article feature. It wouldn't be there. Oh yeah, I split all the tests. I kept the files. Tried to keep them separate or segregated. Was that a good idea or a bad idea?
No, I think that's perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm not seeing the right code. Oh, because I'm not looking at the right repository.
But generally speaking, we could say that this pull request needs some more RSpec tests. Am I correct here, Brian?
Yes. You probably know better than me because I haven't looked thoroughly. There are a couple of redundant stuff as well. Like I should leave C-Link and I should see those stuff could use a couple more changes. I can add a comment like, yeah.
Okay. This is helpful because then I can just go through this list. I'm sorry, my brain is not up into gear at the moment, Thomas, and was floundering searching that code, trying to find exactly what it was I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm kind of lost here. Okay, here I am. I'm back. I just kind of, I'm not used to this Slack and stuff. This is all new to me.
Yeah, people seem to love Slack.
Yeah, but it's growing on me, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I was on the wrong branch. I suppose the bit which implements this thing here in the step definitions, I wasn't particularly convinced I was doing that the right way. Let me run back and find that. I thought there must be, what I was trying to do here is I'm creating voters. So I'm trying to construct an email so I can create a user, so I can get a vote count of n.
Well, what is ABS doing?
Absolute.
Why are you taking the absolute value?
Well, just to make sure. I suppose.
Sorry, what were you trying to do with that line again?
Okay, I'm building up a set of. Let's go back to the feature. So here, what I'm trying to do is create an article
Right.
with some content.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to specify an absolute vote value. And I wanted to have a negative one and a positive one.
Right.
And in order to get a vote value of 5 or -1, I need 5 users to vote on it. And they have to be different users. So what is happening here in this given clause, which is handling the table. This bit is basically code I've sort of copied,
Okay.
which was relevant to that comment before. And then down here, I'm trying to create a new user, so I'm inventing an email address,
Right.
a voter, and then I'm just keeping track of the count.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm creating different users in the system. Create test user with this specific email address.
Right.
So once I have found the user, then I can use the user with the gem to actually vote
on that particular article. Okay.
Yeah, either up or down,
Yeah.
depending on whether it was a positive or a negative value. So that's actually also answers your why I chose absolute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That sort of makes sense.
It makes the step definition kind of complex, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I think, well, there's a couple of things that can be improved here. It looks like for every article and for every vote, you're hitting the database and creating a new user. What you could do is instead just create one if you need a unique user. If you could just refactor it to do that instead. That would
I
be
don't
better.
understand. Like, suppose I want to get a vote count of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need 3 users for that.
Yes. Yeah. So what you could do is you can have, for example, let's look back at your example here, 0, 5, -1, right? What you could do is look for the maximum vote value, create 5 unique users, and then as you loop through, you pick from these 5 and use them to vote, rather than creating one new one for every row and for every vote.
Okay, yes, there's
You
a
see
way
where I'm
around that. Yes, I do,
Yeah.
and I would argue against that slightly. I was
Mhm.
trying to keep this independent, so I'm creating an article here with the title and the content and the vote value. I might want to have I just didn't want to complicate the issue with.
Yeah, that's perfectly.
You know, trying to keep track of users. Oh, he's only voted once. He's voted on this article.
Right.
I just wanted to make that table foolproof because
Yeah,
they seem
that
like
does make sense. I'm just worried that this code is a little bit too complex. I'm gonna.
So what occurred to me, and what I actually spent some time looking in the system was, oh, there must be a way to create a user around here for this sort of purpose.
Right.
And so that's what obviously led me to create test user, use that method there. But then I actually also further down, I actually added some code where I don't think I really should have done because it was not sort of related here, but it was creating users and emails. And I wanted to know that this user who had created it was one of the tests further down, which was like if you've authored an article, you shouldn't be able to see a link to vote on it. And if you do try, just by constructing a HTTP GET line, it should not work. It should catch it. The controller captures that.
Sorry, which one are you talking about here?
Okay, let me go back to. I was probably talking about. It was when I actually was writing this bit.
Yeah.
The thought
think-
came to me.
For creating test user, I think we should use factorygirl.create, because create test user is perhaps a legacy method that pretty much does what factorygirl is doing, but factorygirl just does it better.
Okay.
So I would do that.
Are there any examples you could point me to? I could. There may be a lot in the factorygirl documentation.
Yeah,
I did come across factorygirl, and I did actually have a look at that early on. I must say, when I first started on this, and then it was when I was working with Anton, and we noticed other parts of the code are using mocks and stubs, so we just went that way.
Yeah, I think we should make it clear, because lots of that is really legacy code, and as we continue to develop, we realize some of the approaches we had before wasn't ideal. So that's why I'm trying to move away from mocks now.
So I think, to sum up what I was getting at, and it's become clearer now, is I just thought, there must be a way to create a user who has authored a particular article, or then I can use to author an article, or I've got a certain email address, because that's, and I was searching for that, and I suppose the lack of that was something I noticed, which I thought might be interesting.
Yeah, I've given you an example of how to do it with factorygirl in a pull request, so that should help. By any chance, did you have any programming experience before this?
Not really with Ruby. I mean, I did the Ruby course last year, but this was my first effort.
Did you do before? Because I'm getting a vibe of language like Ruby. The approach here kind of reminds me of how things are done in lower languages, like C, Java.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a strong C background. Java, and on.
So yes, there's lots of higher level language features we could be using. For example, in Ruby we try and encourage using string interpolation over concatenation. So Ruby has this interesting feature. You can embed values within strings as you're defining them.
You mean when I'm making like the email address, for example? You've just done it for me. Yes, sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. Yeah.
Yes, so just a couple of things like that. I think you might be able to do this with without the row count. So you can use something like each with index.
Okay, yeah.
So it will just pass the index with you. So table.hashes say .each with index. Except the block that has first the raw hash and then your row count. Passing. You don't need to manage counting these yourself.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah.
I'm just wondering what else we could do here. Anyway, before I continue making more comments on this, is there any other part of like the pull request you want to discuss?
Should I have written the HTML code? I didn't write that as a partial or something which can be included.
Okay.
And I originally only had links there, and then I just got so frustrated with it looking horrible. I went off and actually didn't spend a lot of time, but yes, put the arrows in.
Mhm. Let's see. Well, this isn't that bad. I wouldn't bother moving this to a separate partial.
Mhm.
Another thing is instead of and, just use the standard logical operators, because and has an interesting side effect that can lead to weird bugs. It works now, but I wouldn't want to encourage this.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm, right. Yeah. Thomas, do you have anything to say about perhaps the RSpec? You probably have looked at that part a bit more than I have. I can see there's a lot less RSpecs than what the features that were actually introduced. Thomas, you're muted.
Yeah, I keep talking to myself. I keep doing that all the time. Yeah. Well, anyhow, so I just noticed noted that there were quite a few RSpec tests or specs. So, but I
Mhm.
haven't had a chance to look over everything. So, but you've been working with Anton on this one, right, Christian?
Yes, I started with Anton, and then I did a little bit with Sampreti, and a little bit with John. Um, and then I think I just did. I knew there was. I had a look at the code. The gem had been upgraded, so I thought, well, I'll
Mhm.
merge with the upstream. That span off another couple of sets of changes, which I fixed fairly easily. And then, as I said, I got fed up seeing the link, so I wanted to put something visual in the
Yeah.
HTML
But
code.
is there
And
any chance? Can you get hold of Anton? Is there any chance you guys can continue working on this? Because I see that most of the commits in this one are made by you at the very end of yeah,
yes,
this,
I could link with anybody if there's anybody other
Yeah.
around to carry on. I'm happy to do that and to introduce somebody else
okay, cool.
into the change. I don't want to leave it like it is because I put in a
Mhm.
certain amount of work. It works, so you've probably
Mhm.
seen it working. So
Yeah, it's
I,
actually
I can
working quite well.
I can see um, one would want to have the votes maybe in the article index as well now, because then you can see votes on you could see, oh, this one's been voted 20 times. I'm going to have a look at that article.
Yeah,
Um,
we could use this for sorting in the next iteration, like view most popular or something like that.
Mhm.
there's lots of different things, so it's really just the starter.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
opens a lot of possibilities, as many other features, of course, that we can build upon this in the future, in future stories. But just to keep this one simple, I think this is quite enough of what's been done now.
Yeah, absolutely.
As I wrote, if we just cover this with some more specs, I think we're ready to go on this one. I wouldn't touch. I reviewed the code that you did for the interface, for the
Mhm.
arrows up and down. I think it looks good to start with. So go for it. Just I would say some more specs and just merge this in, and we can write up some news stories around this.
So, should I go through the points which Brian has just brought up in the comments, and uh, I can do that on Monday with somebody,
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
anyone, and introduce them to it, so there's somebody else who knows about this code and um, widens that bit of knowledge. Um, and then, do I reissue the, or no? You get that automatically, don't you? If I do an
Yeah.
update on this
Yes, if
draft.
you do an update on your branch, it will automatically update the pull request as well.
Hmm. Um, and then you'll see that when we've completed that Monday, Tuesday.
Hopefully. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Well, thank you for your time.
Sounds great.
Spending.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just try and cover up, add a bit more RSpec tests as well.
And I'm interested to do more work on this project or other projects.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely welcome more help. Yeah. What sort of stuff are you interested in? Are you interested in Website 1, or are you looking to try other projects?
Any of the projects, really. Website 1 seemed like a good place to start because I was using it and there's a certain number of features in there. The Harrow project, was that local support? It looks interesting.
Yep.
The Syria children looks, a good one to work on, and even some of the courses. If it's a case of writing a few paragraphs about something, or HTML or programming or CSS or Codilia, I was thinking of in particular, or just a review, an extra pair of eyes. I'm self-employed, so I've got other things to do in between times. But I'm trying to move across to Ruby and New. This is the reason for doing all these the courses and helping out. But whilst I'm not working, I might as well be doing something useful, and I think it is useful, and I've enjoyed working with everyone.
Excellent. Yeah,
Yeah,
we definitely welcome more.
I'd say have a look in the Pivotal Tracker, and I think Brian is in the America Scrum on the evenings, right?
Yeah, I'm usually in the America Scrum. Oh, I try to make that one because I can't make the others. As just like you. I'm not self-employed, but I am employed, so I don't have the time to enter any of the earlier Scrums. But yeah, I'll be around in the evenings.
Okay.
UK time. America Scrum.
Hey, John.
Hello.
What's
John.
up?
John. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Are you straight from the Big Apple, from New York City, right?
Yep.
How's your job treating you?
Oh, it's not bad. I'm excited about some of the directions that the technology is going with the company.
Cool. So is
Awesome.
it Rails for you now, or what are you doing?
It's Rails, but Rails is boring. I'm excited about the JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah, moving to JavaScript stuff too, huh, John? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously most of the work I do is still in Rails, and I'm kidding. There's plenty of fun stuff there, but the new stuff is coming on the JavaScript front.
Cool.
So you believe that JavaScript will be extensively used
future.
for all the backend stuff as well?
No,
or?
it's not. It's not for the back end. I think John is more focused on the front end now, huh? JavaScript front end.
I'm focused on learning the front end. Again, most of the work I still do is on the full stack, Rails, sort of a mix between front and back. But a lot of newer websites need a lot more JavaScript skill, and I enjoy doing that.
Absolutely. Cool. So how's life? I mean, have you found a good flat, and is the love life treating you well, and everything is okay?
Yeah, everything is going fine. The place where I'm at could be better in terms of, I mean, we've got conflicting things. It's got to be close to my girlfriend's job, and so that's really the main factor. But it's an hour 15 commute for me, which isn't too bad because I do it on trains. And then we have dogs, and we don't have a fenced-in backyard, unfortunately, so that becomes a hassle.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always a balanced act, So, well, I hope you sort it out.
Yeah, we got it more or less as best as it could be.
But it must be exciting to move to a new city and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Oliver was in my oldest son was in New York month ago actually, or a month and a half. Yeah, he stayed for a long extended weekend together with a friend of his. He's only 17 years old, so it was a big thing for him, you know.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So traveling overseas and visiting the largest metropole in the world. So it was amazing.
What part was he in?
Oh, Manhattan mostly,
Right.
New York City. So, Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that,
Right.
So, all the sites, all the sites.
Yep.
Eating a lot of fast food and, drinking lattes and stuff like that, just hanging out in the parks, living life. But I mean, for me, it's been I haven't been in New York for 10 years, something like that. So I wish I can go with him, with the family sometimes.
Mhm.
And I come and crash, just keep the refrigerated filled with the beers. And we can do some real life pair programming,
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna be seeing Raphael here shortly.
Oh yeah?
Nice.
Yep.
So you guys live close by to each other now, or was
Well,
it?
he lives in the Dominican Republic, but he is visiting his girlfriend for a month here in Manhattan.
Cool. That
Yeah.
sounds great. That sounds great. All right. So how's local support going? Are you still active in that project?
I basically haven't been active on anything Adventure since I got the job because, like, I have a lot to learn still. What I was just doing now is sitting down to learn React,
Mm-hmm.
which is a JavaScript front end. Basically, we're moving away from two-way data binding in our JavaScript, which I'm very happy about because it just leads to spaghetti code
Mm-hmm.
that you can have updates going in both directions, and we're going to an older pattern that makes things a lot more sane, where information can only flow in one direction. And React isn't all of that, but React is part of that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we don't really have lots of awesome front-end stuff. Oh, look, Sampriti's joined. Yeah, he's like the old party again.
Yeah, it's like the old times, right?
Yeah.
How you doing,
Hey,
Sampriti?
Sampriti.
Oh, I think his audio is a little screwed up.
Yeah.
He said something about that on Slack, so that could be it.
Oh, okay.
I hear Sampriti is back in school, so that's good.
Cool.
Somebody said that his academic year started already. So is that true? Well, he doesn't hear us. I don't know. Cool. Well, just to keep you guys updated, I'll be back with full speed on August 11th. It's a Monday, so hopefully I'll be a pain in the ass again on website 1.
Yeah, we need another pain in the ass. I'm not being a pain enough,
Oh
apparently.
yeah, yeah. You didn't pick up the my legacy, But never mind. You're still young. You will become a good pain in the ass or later on in life. I'm a little older than you, so I had more time to learn and pick up those skills. Okay, so Sampriti just stated the obvious that Windows is useless.
Yes.
We know that from
we
way
know
back.
that.
That's the way it is. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. But family's calling. I'll try to be in Scrum tomorrow or something. I think we did we pulled in a good day's work today, Brian. I think with going over all those pull requests.
It's been a long time since I actually paired.
Yeah, if you want to have a goal to work toward, I would like to keep the amount of pull requests below 5 active. Is that doable? Is that doable?
Yeah, I'll try and have a good look this weekend because the past few weeks, my weekends have been busy as well, so I didn't have a good chance to look at stuff. But yeah, I'll try and keep that below
Yeah,
5.
if you go below 10 this weekend and below 5 until the next week, that would be great, actually. No pressure, though. Just you know, but 13 pull requests is quite a lot, actually. But since
Yeah,
we have Johnny here, perhaps we could ask him about that pull request of his.
that he seems to be taking down. He closed one.
Yeah, I closed them both.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
we
Oh,
can
that's,
always.
I'm down
I
by
mean,
2 already.
yep. Look
Oh,
at that.
God. No.
Yeah,
That
you know,
wasn't what I'm.
obviously these pull requests are still viewable when you switch to the close tab. So, if and when I get time to
hmm
get back on them, you know, I'll be able
Yeah.
to reference them.
Okay.
Cool. That's perfectly fine.
Cool, no problem. So you already down to 11, right?
Yep, down to 11. 6 more to go.
No,
Yeah, I'll try.
seriously, John, what you were working on displaying the current time zone, or what were you working on?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this one, but it seems like this pull request might be repeating what you're doing. Events show page list upcoming events both in UTC and local time. Is that something that you've been doing?
It could dovetail. How is he? Is he making any calls to any services, or is it just all browser-based calculations?
Seems like
Browser-based.
browser-based stuff.
Browser-based.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
he does not save anything to the database, I think.
right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what was your approach, John?
Well, it never got too far, but it was to call a API. For what reason, I can't quite remember.
We discussed that. I remember we have the user geocoded, and we
Yep.
could call an external service to get the time zone based on the geolocation.
Right.
But it feels a little bit, first we call one API to get them geocoded, and then another API to set the time zone. So it feels like a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's all manageable if we get a background job of some kind. I don't know if you guys have that at all, though.
Background job in website 1? Nope, we haven't set that up yet.
No.
Yeah.
And whether or not we will. Yeah, because that involves probably messing with Heroku.
But the thing is that this sort of information that we're looking for, both geocoding and current time zone, is information that we would need kind of on the fly. So I don't want to set that in a background job either. It's like, when a user sets up his account, I would like to be able to get that info instantly, because we want to use it in the pair programming schedule later on or something like that, right? So, like right now, the geocoding isn't functioning optimally, because when he sets the account up, he's not being geocoded until he edits his own profile and changes his own name or updates any other information.
Right.
If he only sets it up with an external service, he's not being geocoded, and me and Brian has to go in and do it manually sometimes, like we did today, right?
Mhm.
So this is not a optimal way to do this.
Yeah. On the other hand, you don't want to block in such a way that in order to sign in, a bunch of API calls have to succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And on
And
top
also,
of that,
the geocoding should be done, but still, it's like when I go over to another country and log in into website 1. The way it's set up now, if I edit my account from, you know, when I'm on vacation in Spain or whatever, then the geocoding will be set to Spain for me, you know, because it's actually it's based on the last login IP when we hit the geolocation API, you know.
Yep.
So that would also mean that we change the time zone, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if I travel abroad, you know, to a country across the world, so I change you know, a lot of time zones, and I'm going to stay there for a week or two, for instance, I don't want to be swamped with pair programming opportunities in a European time zone, for instance, at that particular time, right? So time zoning should be something that is kept up to date at all times, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that costs traffic, right? Then, you know, you have to pay for that with increased amount of calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We could offset this by having a background worker do all this stuff, but yeah, I haven't investigated using that in Heroku yet. Someday.
Someday.
Yeah, ideally all the emails should also go through a background worker, because email rendering is very slow.
Mm.
But yeah, someday.
Oh, so Preeti, is your audio okay now, or what's up?
Finally. I mean, I have to work with my speakers instead of headphones, so there might be some echo, but finally I got Windows to work by beating it around a lot.
So how are you doing, Sabrina? Are you back in school?
Yeah, so I don't have much time to work on any of these projects actually. I just attend these scrums, maybe catch up with what's happening, and then just leave
Gotcha.
these
That's
days.
perfectly fine. I wish I could
me-
make some scrums.
Me and Brian were going over some of the pull requests,
Yeah.
and
And
I think you have 2 outstanding pull requests, right?
I think
Three.
3 yet. So
3. Okay. What did we say about these, Brian? Is this something we can merge in, or
What was it? I haven't looked at model
the
refactoring.
password reset, the YouTube refactoring, and we also had the model refactoring and model tests.
Yeah, I think password reset. What was it?
He
Oh no, I
used the
haven't.
double in some place.
Yeah, I used a double in YouTube refactoring. Darn it! I hate doubles. I'm pretty, so just get rid of them.
yeah,
Replace them all with the.
I think I've removed everything actually.
I
Oh,
think.
we just saw it.
Yeah, we just saw it.
Okay, well, let me have a look. Maybe it's some old code.
Yeah, some old codes. Well, while you're just
Oh,
going
it's
through
it's
it,
in
just
it's
Yeah.
on the YouTube refactoring. If you just go down to the very bottom, I think Yara also made a comment about that.
yeah. If you see any doubles or stub, yep, there. Any stub models or mocks or whatever, while you're going through it, just replace them all with Factory Girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Build stubbed.
And the very last one was the model refactoring, model tests. What was that?
Yep. I haven't looked at that as well.
Yeah, you were messing a lot around with the geocoder a little bit as well. What was that?
I think Sampriti, did you
I
modify
actually
when the geocoding happened?
Yeah, I think I mean, I didn't really change the before validation, but I've changed it so that it doesn't get triggered on the project show page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully that will improve the performance of project show page by a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. The bottleneck is
Why
still.
would geocoding be triggered on the project show page? I don't understand.
Yes, that was funny.
Because like with the old functionality, if a new user gets added, we like fetch their YouTube username and update it on the video call on the projects page. So with the old functionality, so and there is this trigger called before validation, which geocodes the user. So what I've done now is like I've just moved the YouTube functionality to the link to YouTube method, all the YouTube functionality. So it doesn't have to be done later.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then the next step for the YouTube refactoring is like until we move all the videos to the database is like, I mean, just moving this the videos API call to a async job, which gets loaded later on, means which gets async loaded, but that would be like that would be a part of a later pull request. So
Yeah.
I didn't
But
even.
now we make an API call every time you access a new project, right?
Yes, we do.
And
Lots of.
that is the reason why we have so slow performance on the users show and the project show page. I mean, if we move that to like a async loading, then it'll like increase the page load times. All the videos loading will still be the same.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Ideally, we can do this in the front end rather than the back end.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, it seems like that's not a high priority story. I added that story months ago, async loading, but no
Yeah.
one took it. That's a shame.
I would suggest that most, you know, since you have a full-time job right now, and I won't be back until for another 3 weeks or something, but I would suggest that all the voting and story acceptance and stuff like that are done on the America Scrum in the evening, when you can actually attend. And if you can, I don't know if that's doable, if you can put this into your calendar, but that like Tuesdays and Thursdays or something, you just pick 1 or 2 days a week where you actually are in the America Scrum. So if there's anything that needs to be done, is done there. But because I feel that there's, Pivotal Tracker looks like chaos right now. It's way too much stories that people have been putting in and voting on. We covered this earlier in the session, but I think it's worth repeating. That we need some more order and discipline on Pivotal, and what story we are actually working on currently.
Okay. Yep.
How do you feel about that?
That makes more sense. I've been having trouble trying to synchronize with things that are happening. But if we have the voting happening when I'm around, that will be much better.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure why I didn't think of that myself. Thank you, Thomas.
Oh, thank you for sticking out with this project anyway. So you're doing a great job anyway. So
I tried, but 11 pull requests remaining. Still a long way.
No problems. All right, but most of the code that Sampriti has been working on lately for the last 2 months can be actually merged in, right? So
most
if you just goes over some of the most stubs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a closer look at some of these, but I think there are a few more points that I wanna pick at. Sampriti, you're still using should. We need to start migrating to expect.
Like from 2 months ago, and I haven't really looked at that. So I need to
don't worry. So now we're moving into this try and use expect syntax and factory girl.
Yeah, I mean, with this I might just update all the models.
Yeah.
To
please
syntax.
Do. Oh, why are you using this? Just use dot.
Yeah, I might just do that because I mean, like I was looking at the Ruby docs and I was trying to find out like the correct syntax for class methods, and they seem to be using like the namespace.
The double colon, yeah, but dot should be fine. I find it's easier to read with dot. So dot, and the hash is for instance method. It's not actually accessing the actual method with this way. It's just saying that this is a class method. So dot should be fine to tell it it's a class method. Then we use the hash for instance method.
Yeah.
Okay. But Sampriti, if do you think you will have time to address those issues?
Yeah, tomorrow is the day, so I'll have time.
Okay.
I'll try and finish up all this. Like I just try and fix up all these pull requests. That's all. And then I have like I have a lot of schoolwork pending, so I guess I'll just take 2 or 3 hours off and then try and finish all of these in one go.
Okay, because I don't want to interfere with your schoolwork, but I don't want your efforts to be hanging in the air for too long time. I mean, you put in a lot of work on this code, so we want to get it into production as soon as possible. So, but if you feel you can put in that time, it's great, I think. All right. Cool. What else is there to discuss today?
Well, nothing from website 1. I'll come back to looking at these. Is there any other stuff you want to discuss, Thomas, about another project?
Well, Codilia is
Cordelia, yeah,
it's all right, but let's
disappointing.
we can come back to that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you're back.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
once you're back,
I think that Codilia needs to be restarted, reset it, and restarted.
Yeah, basically. I think so too.
Yeah.
Just restart it, rebrand it, and everything.
I heard some sorry news about Mohammed and Drew that they lost funding and.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't kept in contact with them. Pete seems to be busy with some client work that recently cropped up, so he hasn't had the chance to arrange much. He was supposed to arrange some client meetings, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I think this whole project needs to be restarted.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're gonna do in August. No problems. I mean,
cool.
It's a great project, and I mean we've put in some great work, and we have some dedicated people that can work with this. So I think we can achieve success. But again,
I think it is definitely a worthwhile project.
Absolutely. Cool. So try to talk to Mariam about this Scrum index page. It's a good thing. It will help a lot of people out. And regarding this getting started business, just remind Yaro to stay in the scope of the pull request, because he shouldn't be dealing with the responsiveness. And in terms of the language, it's way too much text on that getting started page right now, I think. But otherwise it's a good pull request.
Yeah, I think I'll just merge this in once he sorts out the color thing.
Yeah.
Because I really hate the.
I think he did. I think he already did that. He pushed everything up to his own instance, Yaro at something.
Okay.
And the way it looks to me is okay. I think it's white now, because you didn't want it orange, right? It's getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the link in the Let's Code, that link.
Let's Code.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about, actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
He fixed this one, yes, but not this one. But yeah, I just needed somebody else's opinion to say that this is wrong.
Oh, yeah,
Apparently
this is definitely wrong.
Plenty of other
it doesn't really matter if he states that there is a vote on it. It's no.
That's true. I don't. Yeah, some things are just not. It's best not left to a vote. I think they probably just said it was okay, and then he took that as a yes. Most people are just gonna say it was okay. What are they gonna say?
Yeah.
To be honest,
I could go for a compromise if you make that link black, but then it doesn't. But I also believe that it doesn't need to be a link at all, actually.
Yeah, I never intended it for it to be a link. But
I know that you and I were in disagreement with the exclamation mark, because I don't like those.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter now. It's bygones. But it's these are small details only, so never mind.
I wish we had a real designer to look at this. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had some time.
Working with
because it makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, huge difference.
Huge difference, really. Like proper designers.
I think we've done a great job with the limited resources we have.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I totally agree that a professional could have a look at this and give us some real good pointers, in terms of. But then again, there are so many self-proclaimed experts in front-end design, so I'm always very wary with good advice. I want to see some previous work by people always. If they're gonna, come in and do, great changes in our designs, because
Mhm.
the redesign you did, Brian, is good. It's great. We had a good foundation, but with the redesigns you did a few months back, I think we are on the right track here.
Mhm. I think
But
what we need to focus on next is like the projects page. We could use a bit more, I don't know, character in the projects. It's just a bunch of text and links. Yeah.
Thomas, I think like I made the mistake you made, but on a different level. Like I exposed my Slack password on GitHub.
oh,
Well, some
how much did that cost you? That set me back to $1,000. So.
Oh no, I think the Yarrow is the only one who has seen it. Hopefully, yeah,
okay. You better reset it anyway.
yeah. Right now, I'm doing it right now.
But Sampriti, I put a lot of trust in you because you know a lot of my passwords, and I sincerely hope you don't misuse that information.
I don't think I know all of your passwords though.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good that you've forgotten them. It's all right. I
No, I
appreciate
mean, I think the password that you use, I don't think you use that anywhere. Or I mean, even though you use it, that if you use it, that's great.
Okay, there's this saying in Swedish: if you're strong, you have to be nice. So with great knowledge comes great responsibility. So you have to be nice to me, right? Sampriti.
Nobody
Okay.
has the powers good. Like I'm the owner, so if anyone gets the password, then they can do anything.
Good. All right. Okay, guys. Family's calling. It was really great seeing you. I missed you guys.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too, Thomas. I keep missing getting a chance to have a hangout with you all the past few times.
I've been working with with my buddy for so long now. It's you tend to get a little simple-minded and stupid after a while. So I need to get back in the game and just hack away for a few weeks. But it's good. It's great to come get away and do something else. But I really miss this. I'm looking forward to come back.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you back again in August, huh?
Yeah.
Are you coming back for another weekend?
No. I think now I have to put in some work, and there's some even if I have a day off or something, I need to focus on some other stuff.
Okay.
But some pretty good luck in school, and I hope to talk to you when I come back. And
yeah, I'll be more free. Like have some more time then.
Cool. And John, be cool. New York is a cool place to live in, so
it is.
I salute you. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
And Brian, just good luck with everything, and stay on top of things with Website 1, so I have something to come back to.
I'll try not to give you too much of my leftovers.
Cool. All right, guys. I talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, Marcelo.
Hey, Marcelo just... I can't leave.
We're saying goodbye.
Marcelo?
Oh.
Hi, guys.
I was just about to leave, and then you popped in. How you doing? Long time no see.
How are you? Oh my God, Thomas.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? It's like old times. I mean, this is the
yeah, this is the old crowd.
It's like the Brat Pack, yeah.
Wow.
So I'm hearing good
stuff. Are you back now, Thomas? Or?
I heard you get a new job recently. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. Just to pay the bills.
And that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Quite often.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you back for a while or?
No. I'm just back for this weekend, and I'm off for another 3 weeks, and I'll be back in August. 11. Yeah.
All right.
We're good.
Cool. Are you guys taking off right now?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I was about to take off at least.
Yeah, we were just finishing up. We were talking about this pull request of Mariam about the Scrum index page. Are you still involved in that?
Yeah, we are. I think we submitted the code, and
isn't like ready yet? Because I know you guys have. been working for a while, and 9,000 insertions. That's a bit scary, but
Well,
yeah.
I think what happened is that they rebased the code. I don't know. I believe they rebased the code and they created a lot of commits. I don't know. I didn't do it, but
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I think the commit issue is fixed. I think the 9,000 issue maybe because you added in a new library for that timeline JS, and that's really not, that might not be minified, which might be the reason.
Really?
Because I mean I remember I spent 3 or 4 hours with Marian trying to fix all the commits.
Yeah, yeah, but I was not in that meeting. So, but
Okay.
the bottom line is now that Thomas is here, are you guys interested in the feature, or the feature is just basically non-relevant right now?
It is
It
relevant.
is still relevant. We've been waiting for a long time.
And also, I remember now when we talk about this, you had some great ideas about timeline interface kind of thing. Yeah, where was that?
We put a timeline for the scrums, for a user just to come into the site and look at the scrums and have a feel for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a timeline. I don't know if they show you the branch.
Well, I haven't seen this implemented. Is there any instance?
Well, if you look at the code in the pull request, I don't even have it up right now, but it is a timeline.
It's good.
But yeah. I was having problems with my branch. That was the bottom line. I was having problems with the branch. But
you know, just to answer your question, I mean the feature is very much relevant, and I'm very interested in this. I think it adds a lot of value for a visitor, for a user of the site to be actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind. Is for a user that doesn't want to jump into a Hangout or a Scrum, being afraid of being put on the spot. They can actually look at it and see what they are, what a Scrum is, and then go from there.
Yeah.
But Brian, I think the most of the line count is there is this sample query written by YouTube, which is of 8,000 lines. So I think that's why there's so many lines.
Sample query, huh?
Yeah, but is that the YouTube IT gem or something?
That was YouTube it.
Yeah, YouTube it.
YouTube it. Is the name of the branch.
That's probably why.
Yeah, by the way, Brian,
Yep.
If you just scroll up and click on show diff stats, you could have found it out easier. It has.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just worried that this one includes changes to YouTube helper, and your pull request, Sampriti, did a lot of refactoring with YouTube. If I merge either one of these,
that will be broken.
There will be a lot of conflict.
I would suggest going with Sampriti's.
I'll go with that one initially.
Yeah.
This one I think still needs. I'm not sure if Marian's ready yet for this to be immersed in, but
Mariam said to me that the only thing that needed to be done was, let me quickly tell you, there was is a refactor of JavaScript, the progress bar spec JS, to combine get calls and get relevant calls into one function. That is, and I'm going to put it on the chat. Can you see it?
Okay. Yep.
My last communication with her regarding the pull request was what needs to be done to get it finished, and she said that was the only thing.
Okay.
See, but another concern from my side is that I'm not quite sure that we need the YouTube it jam at all.
Right.
We can make that call, but I mean we make way more complicated calls by ourselves, aren't we?
Yes.
So,
I agree.
And also, I don't understand why we use the VCR.
VCR is cool. It is good.
Okay.
I don't mind it. It is to mock requests.
Yes.
So you can get something like a real response without actually making a real response.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
Now I know. I read about it. It's great. Okay, so I just didn't know what it was.
John implemented that, and I thought it was a great feature. You know.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of your lines are coming from. The
that
it saves.
Because you record some stuff.
Correct.
Oh yeah. That's right. So that's probably where the insertions come in. Anyway.
Okay. Well, anyway, that was on overtime. So thanks anyway again, and Marcelo, great meeting you. Stay cool, and I see you guys in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's good seeing everyone here again.
Bye.
Cool. Hopefully we'll see you guys around. See ya.
Bye. So long.